Hello, Lindsey Hernández. I would like to talk with you about the stories of Little Red Riding Hood and Little White Riding Hood.
Hello, Anna Menocal. Of course I am. I will be delighted to you so.
How about I start first?
Sure, Anna, no problem.
I'll start by comparing the two versions. I think these two versions of the story are very interesting because Little Red Cap is the version that I knew since I was little. I feel that it is a more childish version since the story shows a lot of innocence on the part of the grandmother and the girl. On the other hand, Little White Riding Hood, which is the machine seen on the screen, is another version. Here, the grandmother is a witch and the girl is not afraid of wolves. It seems to me a little broader. This version is new to me. I didn't know the troll. Lindsay, I would like her opinion on these two versions.
Anna, I really both stories are very good. And one story was see how Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother is a sick grandmother and cannot even live in the house, and in the other versions we see that she is in charge and how she kills a landlord. However, in both versions, Little Red Riding Hood, Red is still an adorable girl, as we see in the images. Hugh cares about her grandmother and always goes to visit her. Also, both versions, the forest is still beautiful, full of flowers. In both stories, Little Red Riding Hood has to go through in the middle of these flowers that, although it is beautiful, has dangers, but you have to do it to gauge to your grandmother. But tell me, Anna, which one do you like the most and why?
Lindsay, I really prefer Little Red Cap, which is the story shown in the magic because it brings back memories of my childhood. My mother tell me this story. That's why it is very special to me. And although the other version is interesting, Little Red Cap is my favorite bear. It is a very beautiful story, and I think that for many who know it will always be a children's classic. Which version do you prefer and why?
And I like your opinion. In my opinion, I like more the version of Little Red Riding Hood, where the wolf enters in the house of the grandmother of Little Red Riding Hood and waits for Little Red Riding Hood inside in the house. The other version is good, but it is bloody, as we see in the images. Little Red Riding Hood is full of blood because the hunter was killed and can Lord be a story for children. The story for Little Red Riding Hood is less violent and that it is always a like it better apart from it is the story. that I heard all in my life. The story of Little White Riding Hood. I never read it. However, I like it, although I prefer Little Red House because it is less violent version and it is better for children. Anna, tell me why. Do you think we have different versions of the same story?
Lindsay, I share your opinion. I think that there are two different versions to adapt it to all types of public, and the messages are different for that reason. As shown in the imagine, even the girls' suits are of different colors, perhaps even the colors have a meaning different. I also think that to distinguish both versions and that one knows what the plot of each one is and there is no confusion. Different versions are created by people with different thoughts and which is good for there to be more versions of the story. Why do you think there are two versions of the stories?
And I share your opinions. I feel that many people do not like the original version and create others that are better for them. And it is okay. Not all of us have the same opinion about it.
Lindsay draws my attention to the role of the wolf in the Little White Riding Hood, since as shown in this image, he is murdered and is the victim of the story. The protagonist changed roles in the two versions, giving a different imaging in each version. And this is seen with the hunters in Little White Riding Hood, who are the villains and who deserve punishment for bad people. How do you say the role of these characters in the two stories?
And I really think that the roles of both are good, both that of the gold and the under. In one version the gold is bad, in the other it is victim, and the hunters are charged of walking of the goals. However, the grandmother killed one of them. Both roles seem fine to me. Anna, what do you think of all this?
I think they are both very interesting stories, each one with a different messages, one story with more innocence and the other with a stronger and more empowered woman. I think it is one of the messages that distinguishes one from the other. I really liked them both. Both versions are for people with different tastes, which is great. My favorite part was when Grandma caught the hunter in Little White Riding Hood. It was so crazy. I also like that in both stories there is a lot of love between the girl and the grandmother. Lindsay, what do you think about it?
Anna, I agree with you. Both stories are beautiful. Since I was little, I have known the stories of Little Red Riding Hood, and I like it a lot. It is good and to shame to Bertrand seems not all of us think the same about things, and it is fine. The other opinions are also respected. Both states has very nice teachings. Anna, I like talking about the stories with you. I also like your opinion. I hope to see you later.